Yo, what is going on, you lumpy love disc? I was having a ton of fun with this deck the other day on the stream, so I wanted to share it with you guys. If you guys aren't checking out the live stream, if you want to see me building decks, playing with decks, playing in tournaments, changing decks, all that fun stuff on PTCGO, check out the live stream, twitch.tv/AzulGG. I stream every day except Tuesdays. So this Celebrations deck, I actually made a list on this a little while ago, but I was playing Weeping Bell and Yellhorn, so stuff has changed quite a bit as far as getting special conditions on our opponent's active Pokemon. For those of you who don't know, Celebrations attack does 90 damage for each special condition our opponent's active Pokemon is affected by. So with Weeping Bell, it would burn and poison them, and then you'd use Yellhorn and it would confuse them, so you'd be doing 300 damage once you applied the damage from burn and poison. You'd be doing 300 damage total there. And that's back when tag teams were more popular, so doing 300 damage was quite a bit and got a lot of your big knockouts. But now we have to deal with VMAXs. So we have a couple extra tools in the deck for that. And the way we actually get our special conditions on our opponent's Pokemon now is through the Butterfree with the Tri-Colored Scales ability. This is the new Butterfree from Fusion Strike, where it burns, confuses, and poisons our opponent's active Pokemon. And then the reason this is so much better than using Weeping Bell and the Yellhorn combo, which we still could use, the reason it's better though is because we play Caterpie and this Metapod that allow them to evolve all the way to the Butterfree in a single turn through that adaptive evolution ability that says this Pokemon can evolve during our first turn or the first turn that we play it down. So we can have no Caterpie, no Metapod, no Butterfree in play, and then we can all of a sudden throw down Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, use the Tri-Colored Scales ability, and then do 300 damage with the attack on the Salazzle. Now, we are trying to KO VMAX Pokemon, and they have a little bit more than 300 HP. They're sitting at usually 320, so we need to do a little bit more than that. So we got double Zigzagoon in here, and we also play Scoop Up Net, so we can reuse the Zigzagoons, we can reuse the Butterfree, we can have a Butterfree in play, Scoop Up Net it, put it all back down, reuse the Tri-Colored Scales ability, and then I also play this Spiritomb in here with the Ghostly Cries attack that does 10 damage for each Pokemon in our opponent's discard pile, and then they shuffle those Pokemon back into the deck. But we really only use this as a closer attack to close out games. Like if we hit 2 VMAXs and they're, both on our opponent's bench with 300 or 20 HP left, we can go, Ghostly Cries for 2 maybe and use 2 Zigzagoon pings or whatever and just get those last couple knockouts to close out the game. So that's why we got the Goons and the Spiritomb in here to close out those games. A little bit of help in support Pokemon in the Snorlax for that early Gourmandize. And then we have a Jirachi in here with the Dream Revelation, which I love playing in all of my single prize decks because for our opponents going to be taking 6 prize cards every single game, we just want something to set up there and get that extra value every single turn, which the Jirachi does so well for us. Got a ton of Pokemon Search in here for Quick Ball, 4 Level Ball, 3 Evolution Incense, and 2 Turf Fields, a little bit of Pokemon Recovery, 1 Rescue Carrier, and 1 Ordinary Rod. I do in a 1-1 split because sometimes you want to recover stuff like Butterfree that got lost to stuff like Research early on in the game, or sometimes you just don't want to put the cards in your hand and you'd rather shuffle them into your deck for later. So 1-1 split on the Ordinary Rod and Rescue Carrier. And then for the energy here, we did lose triple Acceleration energy, but I've been finding 4 Twin energy and then the 4 Capture to be more than enough energy to pull off enough tax between the Salazzle and the Spiritomb to definitely close out games fairly consistently. So you don't really need, even though triple Acceleration energy, I would play it if it existed. It's definitely not a necessity. We can get away with the Capture energy and the Twin energy. A couple Air Balloons in here to help us have with a little bit of mobility, but then especially we want one to end up on the Jirachi at some point in the game. And then Research, Bruno, and 1 Marnie as our draw supporters in the deck. And that's the list. Before we get into some games, guys, I want to remind you there's a huge sale going on over at FullGripGames.com. Their Black Friday sale has started, and it's going to end on December 3rd. So a ton of time for you guys to go over there and pick up some products. There's a ton of low prices on a ton of Pokemon TCG products. So definitely go over there and check it out. There's a link for that in the description below. And if you don't find anything in stock over there when you head over there, they are restocking the site every single morning from now till December 3rd at 9 a.m. Eastern. So if you don't see the product you want to get today, check back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, and it'll probably be there. And that's it, guys. Let's get into some games with Salazzle. All right, here we go. Getting into it. A little bit of a rough hand. I'm not going to lie. Going to have to research away a couple Butterfrees and maybe a Salazzle as well. Our opponent did Mulligan. I don't know how much that's going to do to save our hand. It looks like we are up against a Shadow Rider deck here, if I had to guess. But yeah, it's going to stink to lose those Butterfrees, to be honest. We do play an Ordinary Rod as well, because I have had a couple situations come up like this where we need to recover something that has more than 90 HP from the Rescue Carrier. So I did go to a 1 Rescue Carrier, 1 Ordinary Rod split in the deck because of that. Research is not great. I don't want to be researching away a Research. That's interesting. They had a bunch of Psychic energy in their hand, I believe, but then they opened a Umbreon. So is it Shadow Rider with Umbreon? I mean, that's what I would guess. Shadow Rider plus Umbreon here from my opponent. That's the only thing I can think of that would play that much Psychic Energy. And there it is. There's the Shadow Rider. So it is going to be a Shadow Rider plus Umbreon deck here from my opponent. And we'll see how that goes. I have no idea what to expect as far as this goes. I've never played against Shadow Rider Umbreon before. All I know is I don't want the Salandit in the active, and that's where it is. And that kind of stinks. And then the research, yeah, we're going to be losing a lot of cards with this research. A lot of good cards, including another research. So I don't love that. But yeah, I'm super curious to see how this does for my opponent. I wonder how many Umbreon they play. Probably like a 1-1 or a 2-2 line. And they're just using it to be aggressive with gust effects, I would assume. They still play the Alchemy in here as well. So now my guess would be like a 1-1 line. But to be honest, I have no clue. But I'm very curious to find out what the count is. Going to throw down the Twin Energy. Play the Research. Just kind of looking for basic Pokemon here. Caterpie. Ooh, the rest of the hand is not too great. I don't love the rest of the hand. Especially because I don't really want to Quick Ball away anything out of the hand. But I do want to play the Quick Balls. So this has gotten very awkward. I guess I could Quick Ball the Quick Ball. I think that's what I have to go for here. And I have to grab like another Salandit. The Butterfree is in the hand. All right, grab the Salandit. Still in it. But like I said, rough start. Really rough start, I feel like, here so far. But we can definitely pull it together to hopefully make a comeback in this. Actually, we're not in comeback territory yet. I say make a comeback, but, you know, we're not out of it or anything yet. Especially if our opponent, like, whiffs an attack here or something like that. Then we could be in a really good spot to actually pull ahead of my opponent. Or maybe just get ourselves set up just enough to the point where we feel a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, I don't feel great because we're just kind of down a ton of resources, and we didn't set up super well on this first turn. We set up very okay-ish, it feels like. But they're going after my Caterpie here, which I'd much rather have them take out the Caterpie than the Salandit. That means I get to keep the Twin Energy in play. Of course, I do need to find like another Caterpie, but there's the Caterpie. Got a Twin Energy as well. So yeah, I don't mind this hand at all. How many cards will my opponent be able to draw? Will they be able to even get a knockout this turn? They do need a switching card of some type here to be able to pull off a knockout. So they need to find themselves a switching card. Actually, now I'm curious. I wonder if they play Aurora Energy so they can attack with the Umbreon. Oh, maybe that's what they're going for here is Shadow. What, can't Shadow Rider only attach to psychic Pokemon? Yeah, never mind. I was like, wait a second. I think I'm wrong. And yeah, they can only attach to psychic Pokemon, so they probably just play the Umbreon here just to have like an aggressive gust option. As we see they're trying to do here as they bring up my Caterpie. So it's working so far, I guess. And there's the pass. So this is perfect for us. This is exactly what we kind of needed to see, I feel like, after that not so great start. I don't want to say slow because it really wasn't like that slow of a start or anything, but the start was definitely lacking. Still nothing too ridiculously strong, but we should be fine. Pretty much stabilized at this point, I feel like. And I'm just going to go ahead and pass over to my opponent. Use the Ordinary Rod next turn. Recover a Butterfree, probably plus a Salazzle, I want to say. Yeah, not having access to the Rescue Care anymore does make things a little bit sketchy, but I feel like that's what we would want to recover here is the Butterfree plus the Salazzle. So we're probably going to need another Butterfree. Probably want the Salazzle. I could get back the Caterpie. Oh, they do play Dark Energy as they attach a Dark Energy to the Umbreon there. And now I'm definitely curious if they play... I mean, because they can't Shadow Rider over to the Umbreon, which is what you'd want to do, I think. But you can't do that. That'd be cheating. It's just like, you can't do that. Another Umbreon down. Okay, send him to Salazzle. I could get Caterpie plus Butterfree here. Maybe that's what I should go for. Let's go with this level ball here. Let's just check the deck. Other Salazzle line is in there. Metapod. We can keep swinging. We just need to attack twice more, and we'll be in a good spot. So let's go for it like that. Let's go Caterpie plus Butterfree. The net top deck isn't the most ideal, but really it's not the end of the world, to be honest. Evolve to Metapod. We need to find ourselves a Butterfree here. We don't even need to get the knockout here. We just need to get the evolution there, and there's the evolution. That's great. Get out the Butterfree. I'm going to go ahead and say yes to that. And then I do want to grab my Jirachi that's in the deck. Question is, what do I get rid of here? I don't really want to lose another Twin Energy or a Twin Energy here. And I don't need to... Yeah, I don't need to knock it out here, to be honest. We can knock it out next turn with a Zigzagoon. I could discard a Zigzagoon to go dig for more cards. I just want to get the Jirachi onto the bench into the active. Potentially put it into the active, I guess is what I should say. The question is, what do I get rid of here once again? I don't love the idea. Love the idea. I don't love the idea of getting rid of Zigzagoon, but that is what I'm leaning towards as of right now. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Grab the Jirachi. Throw that down. I'm throwing on the air balloon as well. And then it would have been great to have us land it to attach the twin energy. We don't. And I'm not going to hit it. Like I said, I'm not going to KO it because I can like leave it in play. They don't get the bench space access to on that next turn. They don't get access to a bench space this turn. And I can just goon ping it next turn for the knockout. So I'm not like pressured to like KO it this turn right now. I can do that on the next turn. And the real thing is just going to be, can we get that reset on that Butterfree to hit another VMAX here? I guess one reason to KO it here means they can't attack with it again. Because then if I knock it out on the next turn, I guess they would be able to like send up a Crobat, and then I have to knock out a Crobat now. So maybe I should have knocked it out this turn to guarantee that they will have to, attack with a VMAX this turn, and then I can attack into the VMAX and hopefully close out the game in like 2 turns from there. But it looks like they're gonna go with the harder tree on the Alchemy, and then attack with the Shadow Rider, which I'm more than comfortable dealing with on my next turn. We'll have to knock out this Alchemy, and then hopefully get this hit in on the Shadow Rider, either getting a Scoop Up Net to reset this Butterfree, or we just need the Caterpie and another Butterfree. We have plenty of Pokemon Search cards left, so it's definitely possible to pull that off as well. But we'll probably open up with the Zigzagoon ping here, just see what we get off the prize cards, and then kind of go from there. Yeah, here comes that Max Geist. Okay, so we really just need to attack this turn for the full effect. We don't have to win this turn, even though it is possible to win this turn. Definitely don't need to. And we can do that on a different turn. Top deck. Okay, let's go with this Goon Ping here. Get ourselves that those prize cards to work with first. Level Ball is good. That gets us the Butterfree. Scoop Up Net is also great. And a Capture Energy. Does the Capture Energy really bring anything for us? Good. Do I have the game right here, right now? I think I'm a Scoop Up Net short from winning right now. So I could go with... I just need to hit this thing hard, and once I hit this hard, we just need to clean it up later. Go with the Level Ball. Attached to the Spiritomb. We could win this turn. If we get another Scoop Net, we do just win this turn. Could get the Spiritomb. I don't need that right now, so we could go with the Salandit to get out a Caterpie. I kind of like that a little bit more. Yeah, do this. Attach to Capture. And we're thinning all these cards out of the deck first, so that way when we... do use the Dream Revelation, we have a higher chance of getting that Scoop Up Net, which would just win us the game. Grab this Butterfree, and then go in with that Dream Revelation. No Scoop Up Net, but we did find the Bruno, so we can go with that this turn still. Grab the Zigzagoon, throw it down, ping this Shadow Rider. Get the Butterfree out there, poison it, confuse it, burn it. Yes. And then Bruno, find ourselves Scoop Up Net, but if not, I think we're still in a really good spot. We have the Spiritomb, but there's the Scoop Up Net, so we're going to be able to close out this game this turn. Shaky start, but my opponent didn't have a very aggressive start either, and we're going to get a pretty cleaned up here over the Shadow Rider in this first one. Yeah, the Zigzagoons doing work there, and that's why they're there. We're trying to get to that 320 number pretty consistently in most matchups, sometimes even a little bit higher, and we can fall back on the Spiritomb sometimes, but it's really nice to just be able to clean it up really fast and aggressive with those Zigzagoons. Another coin flip win, we will take it. So we're going to be going first once again. Zigzagoon start, not great, but the rest of the hand is looking pretty good. Can even get all the way to a Butterfree on this first turn if we wanted to. I've actually donked someone the other day on stream with turn 1. What did I have? I got I had turn 1, what's it called? They opened like a 60 HP Pokemon. I got turn 1 Butterfree plus triple Zigzagoon on the start and donked them, which was really funny. Looks like we are up against Jolteon, so this matchup's a little weird. We need to play it like really slow and set up a bunch of Salandit and then get into the the Metapod and stuff a little bit later on. Or that's going to be the game plan anyways, the ideal game plan. Taking a look at the hand, I think I want to go with, I like everything. I'm going to go with Level Ball. Go ahead and grab myself. I actually don't need double Salandit right now. I could go with, grab the Salandit. Just try and set up a bunch of stuff, but we do need to set up like double, even triple Salandit / Salazzle because they can knock out 2 in play. So is Snorlax in here? Snorlax is in here. I definitely don't need Snorlax right now. I'm just going to go with Capture Energy, get out another Salandit. I think I'm just going to pass with here. Hold the hand and pass. Yeah, just chill. I could have gotten out a Caterpie there into a Metapod, I guess. I'm thinking about holding on to the Quick Ball, maybe to just get out thirds to land it, though, is like my thought in my head right now. Just get out that. We're probably going to go get out, because I want to hold that Evolution Instance as well and get out double Salazzle next turn. And then kind of see what we draw into off the research. And they're going with the Lightning Spear, which is a huge deal for us here, because we can really take big advantage of that, actually. If we knock this out, they can't actually set up another Jolteon on the following turn. So, yeah, we're going to go with this. We're going to get rid of the Quick Ball, get ourselves the Caterpie. Throw down the Caterpie. Caterpie becomes Metapod. Double Salazzle coming out as well off these Evolution Incense. And then Turffield can get us the Butterfree, which I think I'll search out first here, because I do want to be aggressive about getting the knockout here if I can. So I'm going to be really aggressive about getting this knockout here. And I'm going to throw down the Turffield first and get out the Butterfree before I use the research, because I don't want to draw into this Butterfree. Really want to draw into Capture Energy plus way to move. Or just some way to get this KO. We really want to get this KO on this Jolteon. At the very least, we want to get out another Salandit just to protect from the double Salandit KO that my opponent can potentially pull off. We got the energy, got the Air Balloon, though, and that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to see. So Air Balloon, energy here, and then retreat and knockout. I could play the Quick Balls, but I don't love my Quick Ball targets right here. I don't want to run out of draw supporters in this matchup. So I'm going to go hold off on the Quick Ball, see what I get off my prize cards, see what I get off my top deck. And then maybe Quick Ball something else out of those cards. Like I said, we definitely need to get down a third Salandit. That's going to be the important thing to do here, because once again, the Jolteon deck, they can KO double Salazzle in a turn, or even Salazzle Salandit as well. So we just need to keep a bunch of Salazzles / Salandits in play, and the Butterfree we can kind of make out of nowhere, right? We can bench it all out of nowhere, so we can worry about doing that when we have to. And actually, the Butterfree itself has 120 HP, so they have to have the quick shooting Inteleon to actually be able to take the KO on the Butterfree. They can't just use like Zigzagoon Ping plus Snipe, which is pretty nice. Oof, this hand is okay, I guess. We can get the knockout on my opponent's active Drizzile. And it looks like they didn't actually get too much else to work with here. Here comes the Shady Dealings, though, so I'm sure they're going to go ahead and grab themselves a Quick Ball to get a Jolteon. So they get the Jolteon into play, which means there is the threat of the Jolteon VMAX on the following turn. But we will be down to 3 prize cards after knocking out this Drizzile, which means we are just a prize card away from, or 3 prize cards away from winning the game. So we just have to knock out that 1 VMAX, and that will be it. That'll be game. So our hand is not looking great, but it is enough to get this knockout and set ourselves up to get the win on the following turn. Another Twin Energy is also a great hit there. Start to thin some cards out of the deck here. The Metapod, and then scoop up net the Butterfree, reset it real fast. This is what's so cool about this Butterfree line when comboed with the Caterpie and the Metapod. You just get it all out in one turn. Poison, burned, whatever, confused, boom, bam. And yeah, roast. I don't want to put the energy in play yet, because if I put it here or here, they could target down those 2 Salazzle, and I wouldn't have the energy in play for the attack on the next turn. Another scoop up net. Definitely not what we're looking for here. I actually could have scoop up netted the Butterfree and held it in my hand, to be honest, because now they could knock on my active plus the Butterfree, which would make things a little bit awkward to try and pull off the knockout on the next turn. Yeah, this isn't a terrible matchup, but it's a very aggressive matchup on both sides. But with this evolution here from the Shady Dealings, they can't get out quick shooting this turn, so it'd have to be Goon plus Net to KO the Butterfree. So more likely than not, they're going to have to KO something like a Salazzle with just a Goon Ping, because it's going to be less likely for them to pull off that Goon plus Net play alongside getting out the VMAX Jolteon and the energy and the tool. They just need a lot. And the tool card. Like, they just need a lot for the Jolteon right now, so I'm not too worried about them actually pulling that off, to be honest. And I think we'll be okay here. Yeah, I'm feeling like we're going to be okay here overall. We'll see if they can pull it off. Here comes that Shady Dealings, and they definitely could find themselves with the Goon Net Ping. And maybe I would have liked to have held that Butterfree in the hand, because they can't KO triple Salazzle, triple Salandit. The only thing with that, though, I don't know, because then if they Marnie us, we have so little to work with. This means we need a little bit less from a Marnie, and we have a little bit more on board. There comes the scoop up net on the Inteleon. Sobble's coming back down. Here comes the Drizzile. And this will probably either get him a draw supporter or the VMAX. We'll see here. If they get the VMAX, they actually don't have a ping target on the bench here, so they wouldn't be able to actually take a knockout this turn. They are going with the Evolution Incense. Maybe that last card in their hand. We know one of the cards is the Inteleon. We don't know what that last card is. That could be a Marnie or a Research or something. Or they might just be settling with attacking this turn, which seems a little bit weak. I definitely would think that they would probably want to do a little bit more this turn. I feel like that's a little bit too weak. So I'm assuming that last card in their hand is going to be something that will allow them to do a little bit more. I'll be very curious. But no, it's just the Max Thunder Rumble, and that's it. We have game in the hand, ready to go. We do 300 damage. And that's what really keeps us in this matchup. If we couldn't one-hit KO Jolteons and they were taking 2 prize cards every single turn, then we would be in big trouble in this matchup. But because it only has that 300 HP and we can get the one-hit KOs with the Salazzle, it makes this actually a pretty reasonable matchup. We just have to make sure we keep enough Salazzles in play so they can't do those shenanigan double knockouts on Salazzles and Salanids and so on. And yeah, we can pull off the big knockouts like this. And that's our last 3 prize cards. And that's going to do it for these games with the Salazzle. I hope you guys enjoyed them. A couple quick ones here. The deck is a ton of fun though, so I definitely recommend you guys try it out. Yeah, it's just a ton of fun. It's something different. Playing down the Butterfree all at once like that always feels so satisfying as well. I've been having a ton of fun with this deck over on the stream. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you check out the stream, twitch.tv/AzulGG, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.